You might think I'm possessed by Beelzebub himself when I both make and eat this deviled salmon from 1974. Fortunately, the angels will sing hallelujah when I turn it into a spicy salmon cake topped with a lime mango salsa. When it comes to disgusting vintage food, there's nothing quite as inspirational as the Weight Watchers recipe cards from the 1960s and 70s. Weight Watchers was started in 1963 by Jean Nadech. Jean was an unhappy, overweight homemaker who decided it was time to get skinny. So she tried a few fad diets that didn't seem to work for her. Then, in 1961, she managed to lose 20 pounds after following a strict diet offered by the New York City Board of Health. After a while, she started to lose her resolve, but didn't want to return to her old habits. So she formed a group of friends who were also in the process of losing weight. The group realized that it was much easier to stay on a diet if you were accountable to someone else. Eventually, the group turned into weekly classes, and then they incorporated in 1963. One of the reasons the Weight Watchers recipe cards are so unappetizing is due to their reliance on the original diet from 1961, as well as the kitschy aesthetic of the 1970s in general. Let's just see how horrendous this tastes. Begin by combining 1.5 cups evaporated skimmed milk, 8 ounces drained canned salmon, 4 medium eggs, hard cooked and sliced, 1/2 cup of canned sliced mushrooms, drained, 1/4 cup bouillon, 1 tablespoon dehydrated onion flakes, 1 teaspoon lemon juice, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon dry mustard, 1/4 teaspoon paprika, 1/8 teaspoon black pepper, and a dash of cayenne pepper in a saucepan, and let it cook on low for 10 minutes. While the salmon mixture is warming up, go ahead and make your Diablo croutons. Brush 4 slices of whole wheat bread with 2 tablespoons of tomato juice, then sprinkle with 1/2 teaspoon garlic salt. Cut into cubes and then bake in an oven at 350 for about 10 minutes until browned. Once the croutons are ready and the salmon mixture is heated through, stir in the Diablo croutons. Then serve immediately. So I haven't tasted this yet, but the smell could melt paint off the wall. It's so gross. I really don't want to try this. All right, here he goes. Oh my God. It tastes like, the canned mushrooms they taste like eating a can, like licking the bottom of a dirty can. And the salmon is overpoweringly fishy. But the worst part by far is the mushy bread. I don't understand that at all. Like, I'm sorry, but at no point in the history of the universe was wet, mushy, milky bread good for you or like delicious. It's terrible. I wonder if anyone actually made this for lunch, and if they did, it's no wonder that they lost weight because it is literally inedible. Oh God, it's terrible. Oh, I can't. I have to stop. Oh. In this day and age, we know a lot more about how to create a flavorful and healthy meal without having to loosen our belts afterwards. So today, I'm gonna keep the idea of diet food and use the salmon to make these spicy salmon cakes with lime mango salsa. One of the things I've noticed about vintage food is it doesn't take a long time to make, mainly because they rely on canned foods. Remember, food distribution wasn't nearly as good as it is now, and canned food was a perfect way to preserve food for long periods of time. It also meant housewives didn't have to spend nearly as much time in the kitchen. In order to keep the time factor down on this modern dish, I'm gonna go ahead and use canned salmon. But I have found this recipe to be a great way to extend a salmon dinner by using the leftovers to make these spicy salmon cakes. In a bowl, combine 1 drained large can of salmon, 1/4 cup finely diced shallots, 1/4 cup cornmeal, 1/4 cup flour, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of mayo, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/8 to 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper, and salt and pepper to taste. Carefully form into patties and then cook in a frying pan with 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. Cook for a few minutes until the bottom is a nice golden brown and then flip. Cook for another few minutes until crispy and then remove to cool. While the salmon cakes are cooking, it's time to make the mango salsa. Here is how you peel and dice a mango. Start by carefully slicing off both ends of the mango. Set the mango up on one of the ends and then carefully peel the skin off using your knife. And then cut off the cheeks, making sure not to hit the fibrous pit in the middle. Next, cut off the smaller side pieces. Now that you have the fruit prepped, you can dice it into smaller pieces just as you would any other thing. Isn't that clever? In a bowl, combine 1.5 to 2 cups of diced mango, 1 cup diced cucumber, 1/4 cup diced scallions, 1/4 cup chopped cilantro, and the juice of a lime with a dash of oil. Add salt and pepper to taste. To serve, place the salmon cakes on a bed of lettuce and cover with the mango salsa and a sprinkle of fresh cilantro. Delicious! I adore mango salsa. It's one of my favorite things to serve to the kids, mainly because they'll eat it. And the sweetness from the mango goes perfectly with that hit of bright, fresh lime juice. And then you've got the crunchy cucumbers and the pop of herbaceousness from the cilantro. Now, the fish cake is so much better than that monstrosity from the 1970s. It's got a crispy outside, a tender inside, and the shallots give it just that extra little bite. Delicious. What I love about these spicy salmon cakes is how simple they are to make, they're easily frozen, and the tangy lime mango salsa is both incredibly flavorful and a healthy way to add flavor to a diet meal. Much better than the slop they called diet food from 1974. Deviled salmon, it is not easy to say, but deviled salmon, take 1. Settle in, this one's gonna be a tough one. Okay. No, it's not. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna hit it on first take every time. And then I was like, wait, hold on, I was like, there's nothing quite as inspirational as the Weight Watchers recipe cards from the 1960s and 70s. I was waiting, I could feel the burp coming up. It was like,